Now, besides the whiskey, I think we'll require a little respect. Now, I'm Captain Augustus McCrae. This is Captain Woodrow F. Call. Now, if you care to turn around, you can see how we looked when we was younger, and the people around here wanted to make us senators. Now, the thing we didn't put up with then was dawdling service. And as you can see, we still don't put up with it.
Westerns based on literature. Have you ever wondered where the ideas come from for westerns? Western lore, word-of-mouth tales, writer's imagination? The truth is, probably all of these were likely the source of some of your favourite westerns. Today we will take a look at some westerns that were inspired by books, written in the western genre. In fact, probably more often than not, books were the source for many westerns. Clearly I can't mention all in this video. I will start with a sample of 10. If you guys enjoy it, I can make a follow-up video. Let me know in the comments. If you enjoy this video, hit the notification button to get my new videos. If you want to check out my many other videos, head over to my channel. The link is in the description. Let's get into it. Lonesome Dove. After reading this 1,000-page novel, each page full of adventure, you'd understand why Lonesome Dove became a 4-part miniseries. Larry McMurtry also wrote 2 prequels, Dead Man's Walk and Comanche Moon, along with the sequel, Streets of Laredo. These books also inspired TV miniseries. Larry McMurtry wrote this in 1971 as a movie script. He intended for John Wayne to play Woodrow Call, James Stewart to play Gus McCrae, and Henry Fonda to play Jake Spoon. Wayne turned it down, and the project was shelved. 10 years later, McMurtry bought the script back and wrote the book, on which this miniseries is based. True Grit. This light read is not for the faint of heart. Written by Charles Portis in 1968. It was originally published as a series in the Saturday Evening Post, before becoming a novel. I'm sure my viewers are aware there are 2 movie versions of this book, 1969's John Wayne version and the 2010 version with Jeff Bridges. In Wayne's version, he had initially promised the role of Mattie Ross to his daughter, Asa Wayne, but director Henry Hathaway refused to cast her. In the original True Grit, 1969, the character of Rooster Cogburn is supposed to be around 40. Both John Wayne and Jeff Bridges were in their early 60s when they portrayed their roles. John Wayne was 62, Jeff Bridges was 60. Longmire TV series. Craig Johnson wrote a series of mystery novels about Walt Longmire, which was later turned into a TV series. Longmire, based on Walt Longmire's mysteries, is a must-watch and a must-read. On its premiere in June 2012, the series became TV's most watched original series launch of all time, with 4.1 million total viewers. A&E cancelled the show after the 3rd season. A few months later, Netflix picked the show up for its 4th season. Netflix continued to carry the show going forward through its 6th and final season. The Searchers. This John Wayne movie was originally based on a book of the same name by Alan LeMay, a true and raw Western novel. It was originally published in 1954, considering the part of Ethan Edwards to be the best character that he ever portrayed on screen, and The Searchers, 1956, to be his favourite film role. John Wayne named his youngest son, Ethan Wayne, in homage. Natalie Wood was still a student in high school when this film was being made, and, on several occasions, John Wayne and Jeffrey Hunter had to pick her up at school. This caused a good deal of excitement among Wood's female classmates.
Yes, Marty. Oh, yes, Marty.
Dances with Wolves. Michael Blake is the genius behind the novel, Dances with Wolves. It inspired the movie that introduced Kevin Costner to our hearts. Blake originally wrote the novel in hope it would be adapted into a screenplay. Because of the film's enormous success and sympathetic treatment of the Native Americans, the Lakota Nation adopted Kevin Costner as an honorary member. Kevin Costner did most of his own writing, including bareback and shooting his gun without holding the reins during the buffalo hunt. The Outlaw Josie Wales. The novel, The Rebel Outlaw Josie Wales, inspired the movie The Outlaw Josie Wales, starring Clint Eastwood. It was written by Forrest Carter. In later editions, the book was renamed Gone to Texas. In the novel, Josie Wales is 32 and Laura Lee is 22. Clint Eastwood and Sandra Locke were 45 and 31, respectively, at the time of the filming in 1975. Although based on the novel by Forrest Carter, there are striking similarities between the fictional characters Josie Wales and real-life outlaw Jesse James. Both men were from Missouri and had been victimized by Union soldiers from Kansas, causing them to enlist in the Missouri guerrillas, causing unspeakable acts of violence in revenge for the Kansas Union soldiers' atrocities against the Missourians who supported the Confederacy. Centennial, a novel by American author James A. Michener, published in 1974. It traces the history of the plains of northeast Colorado from prehistory until the mid-1970s. Geographic details about the fictional town of Centennial and its surroundings indicate that the region is a modern weld country. The part of Pasquanel was originally offered to Robert Blake and Charles Bronson, who turned it down. Robert Conrad worked with a dialect coach in order to talk with an authentic French-Canadian accent.
And this place.
Monty Walsh, author Jack Warner Schaefer, was an American writer known for his westerns. Monty Walsh was loosely adapted into the 1970 film of the same name, starring Lee Marvin, Jean Moreau, and Jack Palance. Lee Marvin was a notorious drinker, so William A. Fracker banned him from drinking during the making of the film. This is one of the few films in which Jack Palance is not cast as a villain. Made again in a 2003 television film starring Tom Selleck, a remake of the 1970 version starring Lee Marvin and Jack Palance.
He'll never make it. You don't want it.
Shane, another book by Jack Warner Schaefer. His best-known work was the 1949 novel Shane, considered the greatest Western novel by the Western writers of America. Jean Arthur, then aged 50, came out of semi-retirement to play Marianne Starrett, largely as a favour to her friend, director George Stevens. She would retire completely from the film business after this picture. Van Heflin and Alan Ladd became firm friends during the making of the film. In later years, Heflin's wife said one of the very rare times she ever saw her husband cry was when he learned of Ladd's premature death. Stagecoach. The screenplay is an adaptation by Dudley Nichols of The Stage to Lordsburg, a short story by Ernest Haycock. The rights to Lordsburg were bought by John Ford soon after it was published in Collier's magazine on April 10, 1937. The hat that John Wayne wears was his own. He would wear it in many westerns during the next 2 decades, before retiring it after Howard Hawks' Rio Bravo 1959, because it was simply falling apart. After that, the hat was displayed under glass in his home. Thank you for your time today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. I appreciate likes and subscribers. Hit the notification bell to get my new videos. Take a look at my channel. The link is in the description. Bye for now. See you again soon.
Interesting facts about famous people.